Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Deconfine. Today we have with us the artist Bidhata KC and the director of Alliance Francaise Kathmandu, Anne-Laure Petit. And we're very happy to have you both with us today at Deconfine. And my name is Proiti. I'm one of the curators of the festival. And I'm very happy to introduce Bidhata. She is a Kathmandu-based artist, and we have her artwork Aadhar with us in the exhibition, which is an experimental video work. And Bidhata's primary mediums are painting, printmaking, and installations. She reflects on human relationships, social identities, and everyday objects in her work. And recently, she has ventured into the media arts, creating experimental video work and interactive installations. Bidhata has showcased her works across Asia and Europe, such as at the International Contemporary Art Exchange, at India Art Fair, National Museum Dhaka, and across venues in Korea and even in Venice, Italy. The artwork that we have in the exhibition is called Aadhar. It's a video that explores human dependence on technology, and it reflects on the way technology has altered behaviors and lifestyles. The artist observes her father's shaking hands, holding his cell phone, switching from one app to another, facing a constant stream of videos and messages from social media. Even though he's struggling, he holds on to this device, which has now become an intimate part of his life. The artist questions why what she calls the noise of technology is such a normal part of contemporary life, and whether it serves as a convenient distraction from the silence and loneliness inside each of us. It's a very, very topical artwork that questions and reflects on something we all experience in varying degrees. And she highlights human fragility in a world saturated with technology, our dependence on it, and its undeniable hold over our senses. As this cacophony of information, opinions, and entertainment invades our personal spaces, the lines blur and we are left to contend with its impact on our minds and bodies. I'm sure by now everyone who's watching has already explored the artwork. It's there on the website, and we are very excited to learn more about the work in the following conversation, as well as her other works and her artistic journey and creative process. I now hand over the invisible mic to Anne, and hopefully we will learn a lot from this conversation.
Thank you. I wanted to start with a question about, because you're really well known for your paintings and printmaking, installations, and this kind of digital work is new for you. So how would you call it? A digital painting? Or can you describe a little more this new medium?
For me is on this actually work is more about, I can't say it's a digital painting or anything, it's a digital medium. It's just that exploring my experience on that particular lockdown time. When country was in a proper very strictly lockdown, I was in that how do I say, confined space, like house in house, where I have spent 24 hours with my family. Other time it's used to be like evening and morning time. I spent usually time with them, but that time this situation actually kind of forced me to create this explore this medium where I find like I need to really create something from the situation, because the questions that was coming in my head throughout those days was like I was not able to bring it more strongly in like 2D canvas or even in installation. So the best medium for me was like digital for this concept. And uh, obviously this is the first time I have created the digital art, and I haven't explored because I maybe before than this I never felt like I have to explore on this medium, because I was like really exploring everything from my painting and installations and printmaking. But this time I felt like this is the necessity for my concept. So I explored it, and I never forced myself to, like, just the sake of using technology or just the sake of experiment something new. I didn't force myself to do it. I just follow my concept, which is the best, which medium suits the best for that concept. So I tried that, and fortunately that time what happened is like, Gallery Ncube has announced this digital media exhibition, online exhibition. Because of that also I was really encouraged, and I got lots of help, because I'm not that much technically familiar with the technology of this digital media. So the Gallery Ncube helped me as well. So I did able to explore, and I really pretty much, you know, uh, very nicely portray what I wanted to show in this video.
Okay. And so you did it during lockdown, you said,
Yes,
with this new medium that fits with lockdown time, for sure.
yes, exactly.
And in your previous work, you used to speak a lot about human relationships, social identities and everyday objects. And that's everything that we can find in this video. Um, what did you want to do at the beginning to start the process? What was the process? How did you start it exactly?
Okay, this video. Actually, there is a kind of a short story. It's not a short, but it's a kind of a story I have. Actually, I returned from Vienna without completing my art residency in March, when the COVID hit, like recent time in that space. So when I came back, the situation was really bad over here, because the curiosity of this COVID was really in a very different level. It's not like kind of a normalized these days, but that was not on that time. So I was isolated for like 21 days. And being on that confined space, in my one thought, in my one space, and without kind of any noise, and then coming out from that 21 days of isolations, and coming out of the my one, like, closet, to come out into the family, and then sitting all the time in that space and sharing everything. And mostly what we do is like our common space is kitchen, obviously in that lockdown as well, and all the time as well. So constantly being in that kitchen and hearing everything all the time. And that time, like, that is really old, like 80 plus. So he doesn't have any access to anything. Like, we have made him stop to read newspaper, actually, because we were so afraid of like transferring the we didn't want to take any chance. For that reason, we made him stop to read the newspaper as well. So he didn't have any other source to be like to informed. So we were together all the time. Still I was he was listening to political news, to music, to everything. So I was like, not one day, not 2 day, it was like everyday practice of him. And we were like forced to kind of listen to that sounds as well. And that time, it's so kind of frustrating for me as well, because constantly hearing the news, the noise of the media made me really irritated. And I was like questioning myself, why is it so much necessary at the age of that uh, old time as well? Instead of having like a holistic book on the hand, how the life has changed, how he become like so prone, so addicted to that uh, you know uh, uh, digitized box kind of. So that really nagging me, and that was really kind of questioning myself as well, how these things are shifting rapidly. Like culturally, Kathmandu is a very strong space. So instead of like, being, even we were there to give him company, but still that is not sufficient for him. And I was like really, really surprising. And I didn't realize that it would happen, because all the time we were in the kitchen, we were talking, we were eating, we didn't have anything to do because we were not able to go outside. Still we were giving the company to him. Still he needs secondary things to make him engage. So that made me like really kind of forced me to create this one. And that gives lots of questions to me. Even like I was questioning my practice or my habit to the internet, to the social media, to the other form of uh, mind engaging things. So that is kind of really, coming out of me and then forced me to create this work.
And your father is literally in the center of this work. How was it to work with him? Is it the first time you did that? Can you tell us more about the relationship with your work and your father?
It was funny. Actually, I tried to capture the real video of him, like listening to um, uh, uh, the social media and YouTubes. But that kind of experimentation failed actually. I created first, and because of the light and everything, I didn't know much about that. When I created, that didn't come out. And then that time when I took it like kind of secretly, not telling him, that didn't work. But later I told him that I wanted to. Still, I haven't said him the full concept of the work actually, because it's difficult for him to understand, obviously. So I said him that let's put your hand like this, because I really need to create art on your hand. So he was like kind of confused, because he doesn't have that much of understanding of contemporary art, especially basically conceptual art. So it was a kind of a funny, and he, because of his handshaking, he didn't able to hold properly. So sometimes I had to take a break as well. But whenever he does, is like it's not steady, and that is also a bit difficult for me. But it was like funny also, and also sometimes like he didn't want to do that. I wanted the way I like. So that was a kind of interesting.
What did you use to do the video? What was the technical process to do it?
Yes, the position that he stayed while listening the internet, the exact position I wanted to frame it, because I didn't want to make any artificial elements on that. So I was observing for like 2 3 days how he used his mobile on his hand. So on that way, I just tell him to continue that process, don't stop. So he just constantly sat for like he usually sit this for like 10 or 15 minutes, but I just said like just hold hand, because I wanted to make the different parts. So just told him to stay for like at least 5 minutes or 6 minutes. So I saw it like that. And this is from my normal mobile.
And you also had some other artists or digital work that you were inspired by, or you just started like that with
I
no
just started
reference?
like that. No reference. It was my it hit me like he was, because I wanted to portray different angle, because it's his daily work. And so his position mostly on one chair particular. He has one particular chair to sit on. So on that, every day has his like daily life path is like that. So it's like after lunch, he just started listening it. So that moment I wanted to capture, but not one day moment. It's a various day moment. So because of that, I just put a different hands and different from different angle. And my initial concept was to showcase not only one hand, because it's different days. Uh, he's like different days activities, but still on the mobile. So that I wanted to capture. So I put in a different uh, angle.
So I guess you show him your work in the end, and what was his way to react compared to other work you had before?
He always loves paintings, and he always likes realistic paintings, not the abstract or anything else. So when I showed him, he didn't even understand 1%. And then I said, "This is like this," and then the reaction is like, "Oh, that's it." and 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 he was questioning the sound. Why these like confusing sound? Why is these like many sounds over there? So I just explained him how I took it as an outsider, that noise, not only one information he's getting in, he's like trying to get all the information that at once kind of things. So I told him that it's like, for me, it's totally noise.
And for you, because it's kind of new to do that, do you think it will change also your way to work? Do you want to continue with maybe some other digital work in the future, or maybe the future will make you change your way to work too?
I think future will decide, and depends on. But I really enjoy doing it because, as I told you, because I enjoy like interactive installation as well, because the thing that you want get from paintings or 2D paintings, you always get in 3D. And this is also the same thing happened in digital art, actually, that I have able to portray my concept 100%. So I think in future also, if I have some ideas like that, I won't confine myself in painting or installation or printmaking. I'll explore on, obviously, on this media.
And so your approach was to use the numeric medium for this work. And did you want also to criticize our way to use new technologies and to be always on the phone or always on computer and not talking to each other? Or it's not only criticizing, but just an observation of what's happening everywhere?
Actually, I can't criticize. It's my observation of the one person, and it kind of represents in the totality as well. So for me, more of like how our nature is changing, how we are dependent on this, but why we are dependent on this as well. I was really observing and trying to explore, like before we used to have like neighbors who comes and interact and do everything, and now the neighbors, even the next door neighbors, we don't see these kind of things, and how we are lonely all the time. And this medium has become our friend, but still we human are very much social person. We are not like, I don't know how do I say properly, but it's like we used to connect each others physically, right? And
So
we
it keeps the connection.
it's like, yeah, it's like compassion we get
But it's
from
not
each
the
other.
same.
Yeah, it's not the same, but we still need that. And we need that, but from digital. We need that noise to make our make feel compassion as well, to connect to the human being as well, but not physically, by digitized way. So that was really for me a kind of surprising thing as well, and that thing made me realize from his habit of listening, but that was constantly coming over to me as well, how much we are dependent, how much we are like want to be in contact with human, but still we don't want to be we don't want to do that physically a lot, but constantly we are like from the media, social media, YouTube, musics, whatever news, we frequently, even in a not even like uh, if you miss the second or something, it gives you feel loneliness. So that kind of things constantly coming in my head, still that is not like, still that is coming in my head, why we are so much. And I really wanted to explore. I think in future also I'll explore on that also. And also this particular piece also made me feel like, how our, even like I work mostly on identity as well, so the shifting identity as well in it. So how our identity was and now how we want to put it. So that also giving lots of questions, and there are other stuff as well, gives you questioning all the time.
And choosing your father as a subject is also saying that it's not only a question of generation and young generation using this kind of medium.
Yes, particularly because that made me realize, that made me questioning myself as well, and the whole society as well. So I was observing him, and from him, I was trying to explore, or it made me realize how much we are connected, or how much it's addictive, like drugs, how even like we also know that even we go to the bathroom or toilet for like 2 minutes, we take out cell phone, we can't leave that, it's like our shadow now. So that I was questioning, why I can't leave my phone. I was questioning myself as well, but that made me realize from his activities on that lockdown. Otherwise I didn't have realized that. It's our part, become our part, but we know we can't like, ignore that as well.
Thank you for all this really nice explanation on this video. You were part of the triennale in 2017.
Yes.
And the next one is happening next year in April. Will you
21.
Be part
too?
No, I am not. No? So, but
this time
you
not.
will be there. And I hope you will not. We will not be all on only like with Zoom and numeric exhibition, but we will for sure see us at this moment. Can you tell us a little more about digital art in Nepal and how it is represented? If there are any place you talk, you were talking about M-Cube, for example. Can you tell us a little more about that in Nepal in particular?
Okay. This medium is like I don't say recently ventured or something, but artists are doing, but in a very limited. Artists are exploring in this medium. Maybe I don't know why, but I think there are many good video artists over here. You know how Kathmandu is. Kathmandu is very small, and these things are very kind of new as well. So artist has been able to experiment on this video art, like Jupiter Pradhan, even N-Cube has many artists. This Susan Dongul, these artists are, I can't like, I think I forgot all the names of the distant artists right now, but there are many artists, but I don't say it's fully flourished. It's in the practice, but in a limited space. not that many artists are doing, and not in like mainstream, like contemporary artists like me who is doing painting and performance art. They are doing as well in digital medium, but not like particularly digital artists are there many. There are few.
Okay, so we didn't have the chance to work with you with Alliance Francaise yet, but I hope we will meet you soon for a special occasion and in real
Obviously.
life too.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Bidhata.
My pleasure.
I think that we are almost at the end of our conversation, but I have a question of my own that I would like to ask Vidhata. And since Deconfine is a completely online festival, and I think I don't know if this would have happened in this way had it not been for these extraordinary times that we are in right now. So, as an artist, as a practicing artist who has been venturing into the digital medium as well, what potential do you see for this kind of online medium, online festival, a completely online festival hosted on the internet for the future, even when things might start to, become normal again? But do you think that this is here to stay? And as an artist, what's your view of that?
I think for time being, for me as well, like if I look at me also, because of this lockdown, I think this piece has made, right? So this digitized is something that encourages us to create something new, experiment something new, come out of your comfort zone kind of thing. So I don't say it's mm, I think for me, it's giving you the new space, new thinking way. So it's good. But I don't know what after lockdown also, or after this situation also. If it's continue, then it would be very much. Even it will be more in a 2D form as well. Even you listen, even you see, even you interact with it, but still it's in a 2D form. But when like this kind of a video also, when it goes to the gallery or some public space, the vibe of that, the aura of that, the energy of that space gives you something different impression or impact. So that will be missing part always if the digitized goes always on the internet or something like that. So I hope everything will be normalized, and if it comes on the outer space, open space or galleries or anything, that would be the best, because there you can physically interact. There will be the different uh, even for this work or the digital medium, there can be, or there will be a different perspective that comes out. So it's more like for me sometimes it's kind of a monotonous for me, but this is the best way to express as well. On the same side, this is the best for the time being as well, in the future as well, when you want to show to the world, this is the best medium. But for the very nice or very artistic or very, I don't know, discussion wise, that kind of impact, surely you need a physical space.
Yes. Thank you so much to both of you for being part of the festival. And we hope that everyone will explore the exhibition. Bidhata's artwork, Aadhar, is on it, along with 10 other artworks by artists from France and South Asia. And we also hope that everyone follows the Alliance Francaise Kathmandu Facebook page, where all the events, apart and their other events, are also being featured. Thank you to everyone who joined us today and tune into this conversation. Please keep exploring the exhibition and also tune into the other conversations that we have lined up for you until the end of this month. So we are signing off now, and thank you to everyone again, and good evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
See you
you.
soon. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
See you. Bye.